can say boosts energy level, promotes vigor, promotes relaxation, reduces stress, improves mood, etc. And then I've linked on there the Zango Formula X51 broadcast from the company, a little 18-minute video. On here on the site, you'll also see that I've got some of the frequently asked questions, the ones I felt would be a little bit more important to people to know. And then there's pictures and shows the preferred customer pricing, and there are links to the brochures because the company's already come out with some brochures in a PDF format. What an amazing world today. Years ago, we had to mail packets of information to people. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were joking about when fax on demand, and probably a lot of you on this watching this presentation have ever even heard of that. That was like the cutting-edge tool. Well, now we have websites. We actually have tools now with meeting, things like live online meeting, where you can actually have a prospect on our site with us, showing them exactly what the business is and getting them to join right away. On here, this has a video overview of X51, and I've posted some of the personal experiences that people are having. And these are okay to put on there as long as somebody's not making some claim. There's information about Dr. Talbot. There's a link to a complete bio of Dr. Talbot. There's even a page here when you click to the second page that talks about how to create an income and a little about Zango's track record. And then there's the company's PowerPoint I actually took and made into a little mini presentation, posted it on YouTube. It's posted on this site. The business training that Larry McFarland and Dwayne Dyer did, I posted on here in a contact form. Very simple little website that actually puts everything in one concise place. Now, for some people, this may not be the tool for them. For other people, this may be the perfect tool. For me, it was a tool, or still is a tool, to leverage my time, because the reality is I realize just what an opportunity we have here with X51. I listened to a special call for premiers and above the other day, and they stated that there were 3 distributor groups that were growing faster than any other group. One group had grown in the month of July by 100,000 in volume, and it was all directly attributed to X51. Now think about that. This is one distributor group, and I believe there are 20K, had grown by 100,000 in volume. Why is that? Because they simply got the information out there. So find a tool that will allow you to get that information out there. Get real honed in on these little sound bites and be able to direct people to a place. Maybe you want a little site like I put up. Maybe you want to use the Jetstream site or the My Mangosteen site. Maybe you want to use the corporate site. The key here is to find something that's going to leverage your time in sharing information, because you don't want to spend too much time on one person attempting to convince them, because the reality is this, and hear me when I say this, there are many, many people. Shannon shared the numbers, the hundreds of thousands, the millions of people that will be looking for something like this. Shannon, while you were talking, I started crunching a few numbers here because I've been a real fan of 5-Hour Energy. And 5-Hour Energy for a month's supply would run about $73. Even if somebody just went and got a single cup of coffee every day at about $1.75, which is about what a cup of coffee costs at a coffee shop, that would be over $50 just for that one cup of coffee a day. And when we take and look at the benefit that is derived, all of the scientific benefits that are available through a product like the X51, in reality, the $55 that a person would invest into their health, much more than just for a few hours of energy, is really rather insignificant. As a matter of fact, I think I should call the company and tell them they need to increase the price. Shannon, what do you think about that? Should we double the price?
You know what? I think it would still have market value at double the price, but I'll take double the amount of users. That way husband and wife can be on it in every household, and we can save a bunch of relationships across the world. What do you think?
There you go, and that is a key. I will tell you that when we hear some of the experiences and the product experiences that are coming in, that's exactly what is happening. I have friends that have basically said, I've got my wife back. Wives that have said, wow, I didn't know that my husband had that side to him. He's so calm and peaceful now. He's so focused. It's going to be quite phenomenal to see what happens. And the reality is that the product is just launched. So for those of you that are maybe watching this presentation saying, wow, does this really work? Well, go back and look. There are 5 years of research behind the product, 4 clinicals. Just as a little tidbit, we don't know exactly what the volume was, but we do know that within the first 17 hours, Zango sold out of product. And this is the first time that's ever happened, and they ran all sorts of pricing models as to what would happen, what we would require. They had surveys from premiers and above of what everybody thought they would purchase. The reality is running the pricing models, actually going above and beyond what the top distributors felt like that they would be purchasing. The company sold over 1 month's supply, a projection of 1 month's supply in 17 hours. So in less than a day, they sold what every computer model said they would sell in a month. So that's pretty phenomenal. That tells you the demand for a product like this. The challenge for you is if you're watching this, and maybe as a prospect, and you have not made a decision to become a part of Zango or to just use the product, here's the challenge. Are you going to sit by and watch this pass, or are you going to jump in and take the money-back guarantee and find out what it's like to have nirvana in a bottle? Because I'll tell you, for me, it's been pretty phenomenal. For my wife, it's been pretty phenomenal. If you are currently working with us on one of the teams in Zango, are you going to sit back and wait? I heard a couple of people at one point say, well, we don't even know the name of it yet. We're not ready to market it yet. And I thought, what a huge mistake that is. Because look what we have done already. The potential for truly impacting people's lives is so very powerful. This is not the time to be sitting and watching and waiting. This is the time to be taking action. And the reality is there's no hype there. I'm not attempting to hype you like this is ground floor, but the reality is when you look what's happened with this product, when you look across the board at what's available out there, the reality is that this product could, in fact, be a company launch product. What we have here, the benefit is that we've got a billion-dollar global giant that is injecting this into the system, that's got a platform and a base that has a business model that anybody can be successful on, and certainly not slighting our flagship product, Zango, because the two go perfectly well together. But this here is like dumping high-octane rocket fuel into the race car that we have with Zango, and frankly, the ride is going to be quite amazing. With that, we're going to wrap up here. Yeah, I hope everybody's strapped in. Well, we'll wrap up here. Shannon, do you have any last-minute thoughts before we close up here on this presentation?
Yeah, I just want to reiterate, you do such phenomenal business training and actually coaching and mentoring, which I'm always thankful for, but to speak to the business viability of this, I want everyone out there to know another little stat is that Monday was the single largest day of sales that Zango's ever seen outside of our ADP runs, and that's 1 million distributors worldwide with their ADPs hitting. We're going to have to put that aside, and something like a convention event when the store is open and you've got 12,000 distributors, maxing out their credit cards. Other than that, when you look at our highly successful products, our Juice, our Glimpse, our 365, you look at this new pre-launch product, which the majority of the population wasn't allowed or didn't have the privilege to try because the supplies were so limited. They jumped in, blind faith, and created the largest single sales history day for Zango. How exciting is that? So I love that analogy of the high-octane rocket fuel going in the race car. You guys put on your helmets, put on your crash pads, because it's going fast.
Yep. Shannon, thanks so much for taking some time with us. Can't wait to get this information out to everybody. Hopefully those of you that are watching, listening to this presentation feel the very same way, and we will see all of you at the top. Thank you so much. Again, thank you, Shannon. God bless. We'll see everybody down the road.
Thanks, Ted.